This is 2018. Question 2, just a statistics question. It says the diagram below shows the standard normal curve. The shaded area represents 67% of the data. Find the value of Z1. So we're looking for our Z score that's related to 67% of the data. If you look at that, this is great because this is how your log tables are read all the way up as far as, so this is all 67%. So here's my percentages, here's my Z scores. I'm in here at my percentages and we're looking for 67%. There it is. That's across from 0.44. So the Z score there is 0.44. Sorry, so there it is. B. The percentage results in a maths exam for a class had a mean mark of 70 and a standard deviation of 15. The percentage results in an English exam for the same class had a mean of 72 and a standard deviation of 10. The results in both exams were normally distributed. Mary got 65 in maths and 68 in English. In which exam did she do better relative to the other students? So one of the ways to tell is to look at your relative standing. And how many ways do we have of looking at relative standing? We have two. You either do percentiles or Z scores. So it looks like in this situation, I'll probably have enough information to fill in Z scores. And so we're talking about her full class. So it seems like we're talking about the population. So you go and get your Z score formula and you go to your log tables. Z is equal to X minus mu over your standard deviation. There it is, and just fill it in. So if we're doing the maths, it's 65 minus mean mark in maths was 70, with a standard deviation of 15. Throw that into your calculator, get your Z score for maths. And then it was English, it's 68 as her result minus 72 all over standard deviation of 10. That's her maths one, that's her English one, and throw it into the calculator. 65 minus 70 divided by 15 minus a third is the first Z score, so she's below average in maths. And 68 minus 72 divided by 10 is minus 2/5. So that's her Z score for her math, and that's her Z score for English. And if you were to look at that, zeros here, minus a third is here, and minus 2/5 is a little bit further out. So it looks like she did better in maths. And your justifying of your answer is just explaining how you did, how you used your Z score and what the Z score represents. And then in English, the top 15% of students were awarded an A grade. Find the least whole number mark that merited the award of an A grade in English. So the top 15%. So if we look at the top 15%, that means that we're looking at 85% in here. Okay, so we're looking for the Z score that's representative of 85%. So we're back to our log tables. What is the Z score that is representative of 85? Which one is closer? That one's closer. So that's 1.05. 0.04. That's the z-score. That's represented the 85% below, 15% above, or as close as I can get to that. And then we need to find out it's x minus, and so we're doing the z-score again. It's x minus mu. So that's x minus 70, mu is 70 for the maths, over 15. So the z-score is 1.4, and the z-score is equal to x minus 70 in this situation, all over 15. And you just need to use your algebra and work that out. So multiply both sides by 15. 78 over 5 is equal to x minus 70. So that looks like 85.6%. And the last little bit here is use the empirical rule. Well, we haven't actually really discussed the empirical rule. It's on the ordinary level exam, and I'm going to do a video on it. But I want you to be sure that you're happy with the higher level stuff first. It's unusual to see the empirical rule on the higher level exam, even though it can be on it clearly. So I would much rather that you be happy with all the rest of the stuff first, and then you can eventually have a look at the empirical rule. It's really, really straightforward, and it is again to do with these log tables. It's just telling you on average, if you're 1 standard deviation away, how much the population falls within there. If you're 2 standard deviations away, how many fall in there, and 3 standard deviations away, what percentage of the population fall in there. So I'll do a little video on it, so don't worry about that question for the minute.